You're listening to the Optimize Your Life podcast with Dr. Sharon Grossman, episode number 13. Welcome to the Optimize Your Life podcast with me, Dr. Sharon Grossman. As a psychologist, success coach, and emotional intelligence expert, I've spent the past 2 decades optimizing the mindsets of my clients. And now, you too get to optimize not only your mind, but your entire life. Join me. What do you want that you can't seem to get? Is it more time, money, love, a mint plant? In this episode, I'm going to share with you how you can turn on your manifestation power by focusing your mind. It's an opportunity to get what you want without overexerting yourself. In a sense, it's a burnout prevention tactic. If you're not familiar with the terminology, manifestation is the ability to attract to you what you want. The idea is this: everything is energy, including your thoughts. When you have negative thoughts or when you focus on what you don't want, you repel the things you want away from you. Manifesting what you want, therefore, is focusing on the attraction to you like a magnet. It can be simply thinking about what you want in a way that says, I can totally have that. Or it can be more active, such as writing what you want down. If you're a visual person, you might create a visual representation of what you want so you can see it. An example of this is a vision board. Or you might just close your eyes and visualize what you want coming to fruition. Play that mind movie instead of the one where all your worst nightmares happen, the one you tend to play when you catastrophize about the future. You see, when it comes to negative manifestation, we don't think twice, but really, we can attract bad things to us with all our negative thinking. Have you ever had a bad day where everything just kept going wrong? You maybe told yourself, I can't seem to get anything right today. Or, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. When we think in this way, we attract more bad things to us. But somehow, when there is talk about attracting things you want into your life, people have a hard time believing this is possible. If that's you, I have just the right recipe to share with you. It starts with these 3 steps. Getting clear about what you want is the first step. Imagine you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, I want a hamburger for lunch. You are super clear about what you want. Then you have to take some steps toward getting it. So right around lunchtime, you go to your local burger joint and get the burger that you woke up wanting. And finally, it's about being grateful for what you get. This is an opportunity to say, I'm so lucky to be able to have a burger simply by wanting it. This is a fairly simple example, something I'm sure you can relate to. The challenge is to ask for things that are bigger, that are not 100% in your control, but that you want. This requires for you to believe it is possible to get what you want, even if it's not clear how you will get it. Notice if you've had luck manifesting everything except money or except a relationship. This might be an indication of your limiting beliefs. Maybe you believe money doesn't grow on trees, which made you believe it isn't possible to manifest money. That would be too easy. You have to work really hard to earn it. If you believe rich people are evil, you'll avoid getting rich because you see financial abundance as morally wrong. I've seen people manifest relationships, houses, prizes, all kinds of things. I'll share my personal story about my home. Back in 2012, I wanted to buy a specific home that I fell in love with in San Francisco. At that time, our money was held up, and the best we could do was submit an offer where we asked for a postponement of payment. But also at that time, there was such a demand for homes that we weren't the first choice. The seller decided to go with another couple. And the way that I thought about it at that time was that that's okay. This is just going to buy us some time. It turned out that the people who the seller went with were folks who wanted to take a portion of the home and Airbnb it to help pay their mortgage. Well, it turned out, after further investigation, that this particular unit was not able to be divided, that there wasn't a separate entrance for them to be able to just rent out one area of the house. And so they withdrew their offer. And by that time, our money had become available and the buyer came to us. And we were able to provide our payment and the house was ours. Here's the thing. Your mind has to focus on something. It can focus on the negative and all the things that could go wrong, your fears, all the limitations and obstacles. Or it can focus on the things you want. So if you haven't tried this before, do a simple experiment. Tony Robbins once said, "When you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears." So consider what you are grateful for. And this can shift your mind from a state of scarcity to a state of abundance. And from that place, you'll feel more hopeful about being able to manifest whatever you want. A few years ago, I spoke to a woman who was very skeptical about the law of attraction. So she did this exercise. She had been wanting to buy a mint plant, but none of the shops near her had them. She had looked for a while and came up empty. So she decided to manifest a mint plant. And when she actually got her mint plant shortly thereafter, she was really surprised. She hadn't expected this to work. Find something small to experiment with. Tell yourself that it will happen. Draw it toward you. It can be anything. A while back, I realized that I have a better chance of winning a raffle prize than I do the lottery, so I decided to purchase 20 tickets at my work's holiday party. The grand prize was a flat screen TV. I came into the raffle with an attitude that this is easy to win. And what do you know? I won that television. Here's another funny story. I was reading this book about self-talk. The author was mentioning how for years he had trouble losing weight. So he created an audio file of himself saying positive things about himself, his weight, and what is possible. Each morning, while he shaved, he would play the recording. Within 10 weeks, he lost 52 pounds. Astonishing. But that's not the craziest part yet. His wife, who had overheard his recording over those weeks, also lost 25 pounds during that period. You see, they were focusing on their goal, on what they wanted, and what is possible. He would tell himself that he only eats healthy foods, that he looks great, and that he exercises regularly, etc. This self-talk exercise is a way of reprogramming your subconscious brain, which otherwise continues to run the same program it's always run. But in the process of shifting your beliefs, you're also attracting more of what you want into your life. And think about this. What is the alternative? For you to berate yourself? To tell yourself that you can't have what you truly want? To lose hope? Or not to go after what you desire? That's no way to live. So take on the abundance challenge this week. Focus on something small you want to manifest. It can be a friend whom you've been out of contact with to reach out to you. It can be to receive a check in the mail. Or it can be to find a mint plant where all the stores are sold out. What will it be for you? Share it with me in the comments. And if you found anything I said today helpful, please rate and review this episode. And don't forget to subscribe in your favorite podcast app. I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to the Optimize Your Life podcast. If you loved what you heard, join my Tribe to Thrive. It's a free community where you'll receive daily tips and weekly trainings to optimize your life. Go to drsharongrossman.com to sign up. I'll see you on the inside.